Why hello audience. I'm trying a new way of beginning videos, and I think audience is a good title for the viewer or who I'm talking to. I'll just go ahead and forewarn you, there's an air conditioner blaring in the back. I live in a hot climate, so we're gonna deal with that. I'm not allowed to touch it. I'm at my dad's. And whenever I get close to the thermostat, I hear his footsteps approaching, and immediately, whether it's psychologically hearing them or not, I know not to touch it. So, I've had a rough day. It's my day off, and I'm trying to have something to do on my day off that is therapeutic for me and that is not, I guess, not too productive, but also fun, that I can do, that I can relax and do. And it's so hard for me to make friends because all of my friends are colleagues. Everybody I know is at work because I'm always at work. And it's really rough to have any time to do all these adult things that you have to do with government and stuff. It really gets in the way, and a lot of times it makes it easier when these things are online. But it's so dangerous to put your information, your government information, online, because people can take that information and use it against you and charge things to your accounts that aren't yours, and it's very scary. It's a scary time to be in, and sometimes you have anxieties about going to work and getting shot because today was the day you didn't notice the signs and it's going down, and I think we've lost a certain element to our culture that says something about faith or fate, a concept called fate in Old English, and in ancient times there's been a discussion on whether or not we're ruled more by fate or by our own decisions. And here's my perspective on it, is our fate is the decisions of others that we can't control. We can't control what happens in your head, in other people's head, your head. You can't control what happens in my head. So my decisions to work or to not work that day make me involved in a situation or not. Your decisions to go to my workplace that day for business or for fun affects my interactions with you, on whether or not we even have an interaction. So in that way, fate is created. It's when two different people, strangers or family members, make decisions that affect each other's lives. And that's ultimately what fate means to me. I'm gonna go ahead and change up the shot, and I guess I'll edit out me moving this, but I feel like my tree should be with me. And Viola, there was a tree. It's a fake tree. I got it from Goodwill. But I find that a lot of times it makes me a little bit calmer in the space that I'm in, to have a little piece of something signifying nature. Although it is made out of real wood, so if I ever need good luck, go away leprechauns. I don't know where I read, but I read that was an ancient tradition that they would knock on wood to ward away leprechauns from giving them bad luck. I think that's funny that people genuinely believed in leprechauns. That's a thing that people believed in just as soon as people believe in space aliens, which are now confirmed. Thank you, modern technology and hi aliens, welcome to Earth, it's a crazy time for you to get here, but look at that. It's fate, you know. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen regardless, and I'm gonna keep a good attitude about it. Damn it. You know, I'm not gonna let all this shit get in the way of my happiness. Although, you know, things worry me. I'm worried that my planet is dying, that every day that it's warm outside is a very bad thing, because we could all die from heat stroke, and being that it is the time of year it is and still this hot, I think it's very unusual. From what I know about weather, this is not an occurrence that has happened in our history, you know. But from what I know about like Earth and like geology and stuff from school, you know, I got all this, you know. I feel like I did learn a lot in school about like how the freaking Earth works. Like the layers in the ground, I've seen layers in the ground like on farms and stuff. When you take a tractor and you go into a hill, you can see different sediment layers in the mountains. And it's so neat because you can tell different things about these rocks by their properties, like how warm it was when the trees that were there died, you know, random stuff like that, or animals that died. And it's really interesting because you could see if there's a fire years and years and years ago, and you can kind of guess how old the rock layers are, but there's a whole debate on that I'm not even going to get into. I don't want to debate here. I just want to state strictly facts. It's just cool facts that I think about sometimes. It's so neat. Our planet is so cool, but scary. We're all scared to be alive, too. Like, we're very animal-like in that way. And I have a dog here with me on the floor that I'm petting. You know, she's an animal. Aren't you, Shiki? Can you hear her breathe? She has her little chew toy. She can't breathe very well, so you might actually hear her. Come on, Shiki, hop up, hop up. Yes. Yes, you're just a big dog. You're just a big old fat dog. She's a very domesticated animal. We've all gotten very domesticated, and that's a word that, honestly, I don't even know if domestication has a literal definition. Because there's some sort of differentiation that humans place as themselves different from other animals. It's crazy. And I wonder sometimes if animals do that, or if they just think what they think, and they don't, like, have these weird debates. But it is an interesting question. It's also interesting, the interesting questions that I've asked just to my friends and to my family. People think I'm weird. They think I'm really weird, and they always have. This has not been a thing that has happened, like, recently. This is life-wide, girl. This is the whole life of my experience, you know. Like, they think that I just think about weird stuff, and I like to talk about weird stuff. But it's because what do you normally talk about that's interesting? Like, I just feel like everybody else is so boring. I'm very bored, and this is a narcissistic thought, that I am the only one who thinks of interesting stuff, and I feel bad about it. I do. It's a very narcissistic thing, but I just feel different, and it's not cool. It's very sad. I'm very sad by it. She wants me to throw her toy. Go get it, boo-boo. The Dashiki gets me. Dashiki's cool to hang out with. She's very simple. Look at her. She's just having fun. She's having herself a good little time. Well, I think this will end my video. Thank you, viewer.